Om Sai Ram. We had, this is the 85th birthday celebrations of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And as you know, lakhs of people have come from all over India and across the world. Now what are we doing here? Obviously, if people are here, we're going to make food for everybody. And that's one of the major issues because Bhagavan has ordered us to serve free food to all the devotees here. Now here we are making chapatis. This is a tandoor. It's called a tandoor. It's like a cauldron. There's fire inside. It's with coal. And this fellow here, he can make approximately in one go, he can do about 100 chapatis. Now 100 chapatis come out of just one go. So from morning to evening, these 6 cooks are making about 2,500 chapatis. And that's what they're supposed to be doing. It's both for lunch and dinner. Breakfast is served by the South Indian canteen. We just do the lunch and the dinner. We have a total of 500 ladies and 500 gents working round the clock in the canteen. Work starts at 3 a.m. There's a break in the afternoon. That's about 2 hours break, and that's sufficient. Now the chapatis are made out of wheat flour. We've got about 540 quintals of wheat from the Punjab, and the mixing is done here. This is a machine. Data is lying here. It's called atta. It's wheat flour. Now the flour has to be mixed while putting a little bit of water and some oil in it. And after that, we make the balls. The balls are made by the cooks. So you can see these huge trays, and a little bit of handwork has to be done also. It's not all mechanized because this is a specialized kind of a job. And after mixing the flour, the flour goes into these trays, and a little bit of hand pushing has to be done. Then the balls are made. After the balls are made, the balls are carried to the tables here. It's a little noisy and messy around here, but the balls are carried here and the rolling is done. We have 500 women doing the rolling part. Thank you, sorry, excuse me. So the rolling is done here. We put these tables and the chairs, and every woman sits here with a small roller and rolls the chapatis before it's carried to the oven. The chapatis have to be carried to the oven after that. These are iron sheets. It's a very traditional way of making chapatis in the Punjab. We have a fire down below. We put the wood down below. The chapatis are baked there, and you just see this one group of 6 ladies can do about 100 chapatis at one time. The chapatis have to be turned after some time so that they are not overbaked. We have to make sure that the chapatis are not overbaked or underbaked. They've got to be the right kind of heat down below so that the right round chapati can come out. We make about 10,000 of these in the morning and 10,000 in the evening. Approximately 20,000 chapatis are made throughout the day, and this is a different aspect of making chapatis. This is the third way of making chapatis, and it's called making puris. It's carried like this from the plates. It goes into the frying pan, and there are 6 frying pans on the other side, and that's what they do. And this is how we make approximately 50,000 puris in a day. 50,000 in the morning and 50,000 in the evening. Today's count was more than 50,000 because the rush grew. So we had to do 60,000, and the total figure is 1,20,000 per day. We are expecting more devotees to come on the 22nd and the 23rd. So the 23rd, we expect about 125,000 people to be here in the ashram, which means lunch for 125,000 and dinner for 125,000. That means a total of 250,000 chapatis plus puris made on the 23rd. That's Swami's birthday. Now, is this possible? I don't think so. Humanly, it's not. There is a divine power, spirit which is working. Otherwise, you can't do this for 10 days. You can do it for 2 days or 3 days. But then, it's not just human resources. It's a divine power which is working, and actually it's making these 1,000 volunteers and 85 cooks work morning to night, approximately 20 hours a day. And this is the roles, these are the roles. So they're going ahead, they're going to the tables, and these ladies are just not tiring out. Along with the chapatis, we have to make puris because we can't We can't make the quantity of say 60,000 or 70,000 just chapatis. So we do half puris and half chapatis. We have divided the rolling part into separate sectors. Now we have a group of 300 ladies working there, and we have a group of about 100 ladies working here. We had to do that because we had to put them in separate places so that there is some kind of a shift system, because once the puris come from there, they get a break, and once the frying pan, the good is finished, the puris from here, they move into the frying pan. So it's a little systematized, organized, and you have this whole huge table from here right up till there. Approximately over 150 women sit here and they do the rolling part here. Another sector is there, another sector is inside. The atta again, the wheat flour again comes from behind. It's rolled there, it's distributed here, spread out here on this tray. After this, the tray goes in, and all of these puris go into the frying pan, and that's where it's cooked. After cooking, they're packed and then loaded onto the trucks. So we can just go inside and see the way the puris are fried. The frying is done inside. Like the puris, when they come from outside on these trays, each and every puris goes into the frying pan. Now this is run by diesel. You need a very strong flame to cook the puris. This is professional cooking. Again, the puri shouldn't be overbaked or underbaked. So it goes into the oil. This is oil, refined oil. It's healthy food, not very heavy to take, digestible. So the puris go in, the cooks take it out immediately, and then it goes for packing. Now this is a diesel operated frying pan. We can't do it on gas because the flame is not good enough. The flame has to be, just put the flame up. The flame has to be there. It has to be more than 100 degrees to get the right kind of baking to be done. I know it's making you hungry. It's making me also hungry, and it's dinner time now. But these people have been working since 2 a.m. and they won't eat till everybody has eaten. Till all the 120,000 people have eaten, they'll have their meal after that. You can see that flame. That is the fourth flame, it's the fourth frying pan, and this is doing approximately over 150 to 200 puris per 2.5 minutes. It takes approximately 2 minutes to put the puri in and get the cooked puri out. It doesn't take more than 2 minutes. And they stand in this heat all day. There's no exhaust because it's a temporary kitchen. We don't even have an exhaust here. So it does get a little hot here, but then that's what they're doing. They're committed to the Lord and they just stand here the whole day and cook. It's amazing. Now to cook food, now we come to the next part. One part was chapatis. Now this is pulses. We need pulses with all the chapatis that we are making. A certain quantity has to be cooked. Now what are these people doing? They're cutting onions. They are all volunteers. They're not cooks. They're not professional cooks. They're volunteers and they're here. Some of them are crying. They're not crying because of Swami, because of the onions. But anyway, they're not used to this kind of work because their wives do that at home. But all these guys are going to sit here from morning to evening cutting onions. And that's what they're doing because you need so many onions to get the right flavor when you put it in the pulses. I'm standing next to the head cook here. He's cooking pulses now, and we have 18 of these vessels. At one time, you can cook 100 kilograms of pulses. I'll just do this for him. You have to keep doing this because you have to keep moving this so that the pulses don't stick to the vessel and they remain in the right condition. Now, a lot of other stuff is put into it because the curry has to be right. It shouldn't be too thick, it shouldn't be too thin. When you do huge cooking, community cooking, now there's a lot of smoke here, my eyes are wet, but because the wood is wet, we had a lot of rain on the 14th, the 13th and the 15th. Till the 17th it was raining. So the wood is wet, eyes are wet, the smoke, there's a hell of a lot of smoke here. But anyway, these guys are 85 cooks from the Punjab and they work round the clock. Their job is to just do the curries. Curries is something which Indians can't do without. They don't have just vegetables and stuff like that. So curries have to be made morning to evening, lunch and dinner to feed 50,000 people. So the wood is wet, like I said, the wood is wet. There's a lot of smoke. They have to go to the doctor every time. Eyes are running. But anyway, they're doing it. They have to do it. I mean, that's the job. Now, if somebody works like this, You can't work, whatever you may pay them or not, you can't work for more than 3 days or 4 days. It's 10 days. And the spirit is pushing them. There's something here. The divine presence is here. Swami's presence is here. And that's what is pushing them day and night, morning to evening. Nobody is tiring out. Everybody is just going on and on and on. There's no fatigue. Nobody is exhausted. They're just happy, and everybody has a smile on his face. Everybody is laughing, despite the fact the work is so much, and they are enjoying it. That's the best part about it. They're really enjoying it. This is our state president, Mr. V.K. Kapoor. He's been working for the organization for the last 35 years, and his first visit to Prashanti was in 1976. And at that time, there were no facilities here, nothing was available here. But Swami instructed him to set up a canteen. It sounded like a dream. But anyway, he came with about 14 cooks. And that was the first time. It was amazing because not many people were here. Since then, for the last 35 years, Mr. Kapoor has been serving the lotus feet with complete dedication and devotion. He comes every year. He motivates. He goes around all over the state, motivates youngsters to come and take up this task. Come with devotion. He's a tall figure, he has stature, he has the courage to accept any task given by Bhagavan, because his mission is to serve at the lotus feet. Sai Ram, this is the service counter. Now you can see the state president is standing here behind the counter, and the state president's wife, who's been also working for the organization for the last 35 years, is serving food to all the guests who come here. So there's nobody's big, nobody's small. The organization works like this. We are all one. We are all at his feet, working with dedication. There's another lady here. She's approximately 75 plus. And she's been coming here again for the last 35 years. And she's all the time serving food to whoever may have come here. And that's the way we are. There is no caste, no creed, no differences. And we all are here as one organization, as one unit, serving at the lotus feet. Our volunteers are tired out now. It's more or less the end of the day. So we got to feed them. So all of them are lining up now, and the meal is ready. The dal is ready, chapatis are ready, so they're going to eat now. And this is the whole, they queue up in the evening in a very disciplined way. Now we have to feed everybody. So the kitchen has dining arrangements, and we need to sort of motivate them to come back tomorrow at 3 a.m. and do a lot of more work, because every day the quantity is increasing. We did 50,000 today and we are doing 60,000 tomorrow. So we have to pet them up a little, and we get a few extra dishes, some sweet, a few other things. Of course, cups of tea go on from morning to evening, and that's an endless flow. The volunteers are coming now. They're basically coming, bringing food for the devotees. The ladies are fed first and the gents are fed later. Now this is the sweet which they're getting. It's a little special. So this, I mean, they feel very good about it, because this is Bhagavan's Prashadam. And the meal is the normal meal which everybody gets in the food pavilion. Our volunteers are here. The ones for service are different. Separate team to serve, separate team to execute the work. A lot of planning was done. It took about 4 months to plan, get the provisions, and do all this.
Not only do we make the food, but we have to transport it as well. We have about 30 brothers from all over Andhra Pradesh coming in and helping us out. We have also brothers from Maharashtra. Those are 2 different regions of India, so we're actually having people who are speaking different languages. We have people from the tribal areas as well coming in. And what's exciting is that we're using this opportunity to train people and show develop leadership as well, because we need to be prepared for the next birthday celebration. And what's exciting is, so far from this kitchen, we have fed 525,000 people. This is a really exciting number, because I'm counting from 15th through 21st. So that's how much headcount of kgs. I calculated about 300 tons of curry has left this place. So this is really exciting number. Just today, for example, this is 21st, and just today I noted that about 35,000 kgs. 35,000 people worth of curry has gone out, and this I'm talking only for dinner. 46,000 worth of puri, naan, chapati, this type of material has gone in. A wonderful thing about what's going on here is that we have people from many backgrounds, many faiths, and many cultures coming together and working together. And this is an incredible integration. It's a small global village here. We have people of different faith. We have people speaking from languages and different social strata. We have beneficiaries who have received services. We have people in the corporate world. We have people who are PhDs. We have people who have not studied in college. We have businessmen. We have corporate VPs here and country managers here working, and you will not see the difference. They will be wearing the same clothes, and this is the most exciting thing that can happen. And I've been in the corporate, and I have not seen in the corporate world this kind of phenomena, because corporate, I think, is centered around business or commercialism. What we are centered around here is on Swami's message and Swami's love. And so these puris we're transporting. In this case, we have about a container that's fairly large. And here in this kitchen, we have about 250 such containers, 250 such containers. And please note that this is only one canteen, and there's 3 such canteens. From here, we're transporting it to many destinations. Here, brothers, we're actually having them lift this. And, okay. Brothers. Jai Sai Ram. So we've been doing this. We calculate about 2.5 hours of lifting time for transport, and that's how much time it takes after the food is produced to take it to the destinations. Today the crowd is a lot, so we use different gates to transport. In fact, there was an instance when we had to transport with escorts because there was so much traffic. So this is an exciting opportunity for us to work and be part of the great celebrations, 85th birthday celebrations. We're grateful to Bhagavan for having given us this opportunity, and we pray for many, many, many more such opportunities to work together, hand in hand, heart with heart, and we want to do it together. Jai Bolo Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba Ji ki Jai!
We have 85 professional cooks and along with 1,000 volunteers, and that's what we are doing morning to evening, breaking across caste and creed, bridging the gap between communities. Different religions come here only for the love of Sai, to work at the lotus feet, pranams at the feet of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba.